Happy Black History Month, Mount Sinai. Let's take a look into a profession known by many, but not appreciated by a lot. Black farmers. Our black farmers run the world. Let's listen to these black farmers and let them tell us why they think black farming is still so important to us. Ready? So, did you start out farming on your family's farm? Did your parents farm or anybody in your area farm when you were growing up?
I started out on the family farm.
Okay. So, family farm. What did your family farm?
Uh, Odell Brown in Autauga County. That's what I started out with,
Okay.
raising sugarcane, cotton, um, peas and vegetables and squash and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
At the,
don't see a lot of sugarcane farmers around here now.
they're all gone. You can't really find any more.
But tell those viewers a little bit about your farm. How you started. Was it a family thing? Did your parents help you with farming? And just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I have been farming practically all my life, on the family farm. The family farm was bought in 1940, and I'm still carrying on. My mother's dead, father's dead, and we got to a point I used to go to the Birmingham market, but thank God that I was lucky enough to get on at the Montgomery Curb Market, which I have been here for 28 years.
So I heard that y'all were the first black farmers here at the Montgomery Curbside Market.
I was the first black vendor.
Okay, wow. So how was that being the only black one here?
Well, it didn't really make no difference because the reason I was coming is to make some money,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not pay no attention to no kind of strategy, or I treated everybody nice and everybody respected me.
Okay. So did your parents farm?
My parents was farmers.
Urban Farming Market on the west side of Montgomery, established by my sister and I in remembrance of our great grandfather, Mose Thomas, who in the 1940s was working on the railroad, and he was called out of his name by a white man, and he decided he was not going to take that disrespect anymore. So he quit his job at the railroad. He came home and he moved his family out of their home into the house he had next door, and then he turned their house into a grocery store on the corner of Clark and Taft on the west side of Montgomery. And so that store ran on for 50, 60 years. My father was born on the floor of that store in 1950. And so once my great grandfather passed away and then my grandmother passed away, the store basically stopped, and the city eventually tore the properties down. And so in 2017, really, Aaron and I started to spend more time on the West helping our aunt out who still had some properties going. And then by 2020, when the pandemic started, we were just like brainstorming what was going on with the West for people getting food. And so we decided in April or March of 2020 to reestablish this store, the Clark Street Grocery, and it's called Fresh Greens Market. And so it's located on the west side. We have several urban farms to go to basically supply the store as well as the neighborhood so that everybody has access to fresh food. That's how the manifestation of this place came about, because the idea of it was is right, everybody needs fresh access. And it's so bizarre because the first time we found this land, Whole Foods in Montgomery was closing. And so Whole Foods is its own like thing now. Yeah, it's not the same as it was originally, but the idea of it is we don't have a lot of fresh food options here in Montgomery and surrounding areas. And so this is our, kind of like charge to make sure that that is available, because fresh food, eating well, taking care of ourselves is something that's very important to my sister and I. So we are in process of getting the first location open on Clark Street. It's going to be a 20-foot container. It's real bright green. Hopefully it's delivered here by spring or summer 2025. And then we also have another location downtown on East Jefferson Street that is going to be restored and made over. But I think in the meantime, this year we're going to do like pop-up markets and whatnot, because also in that area downtown, kind of near where the Curb Market is, there is no fresh food options other than the market. there's no grocery store to come to. And so as people that already live here, but then also visitors, it's just like you're not supposed to call it a food desert, but it's basically an absence of fresh food access.
Got it. That's definitely. I think that's really big in our area, especially even I say the Tri-County area, Montgomery County, Autauga, Elmore. It's not a lot of fresh food options unless you really know the people that are in your area, especially rural areas. Prattville, I can't really name any fresh market grocery stores.
No.
There's no type of juice bars.
No.
And people.
And we juice.
No, like they don't have any. Like they don't have. People think tropical smoothie is healthy, but it's really
it's not. It's
actually
sugar.
not.
Adding sugar, adding preservatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true story. I used to work there, so seeing what's in it is not what people think it is. So definitely trying to find these places and you know, making sure that we're putting things in our body that are very important.
Absolutely.
The importance of Black farmers, especially in the day and age we're coming up on, we're really depending on Black farmers and farmers period when it comes to growing our foods and knowing that we have safe foods. So if you could encourage a Black farmer to continue to keep on farming, what would you say?
Oh my God, I would tell them keep going because we need you. Nobody else is giving us nutrient-dense, culturally respected foods like the people who look like us and are actively outside every day. So I would just say, find someone like you, find someone like me, find someone like him, and let us support you. Tell us what you need and let us know what you need so we can keep supporting you, so you can keep supporting us with this delicious food. Thank you.